and welcome back to Rough Draft, a show about writing. And here we share everything that we know about writing and everything that we're planning on learning about writing. And today I am here solo, but I want to talk a little bit about one of our last discussions. I felt like I kind of left out a little bit of information, and as I was sitting back in my bed trying to relax, all of this kept flooding through my mind. I'm like, no, I need to say that on the show. And so, excuse me if I have to pop back and forth to my notes, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the Fears of Failure show that we had. And one thing that I really, really wanted to say is don't set yourself up for failure. A lot of people have big dreams, big hopes, and it's okay to have dreams and hopes, but have realistic expectations out of yourself and have realistic goals that you can obtain and reach. I know we all are dreaming of the day where the publisher calls us or some studio calls us, and now we're J.K. Rowling's and they want to make a movie, and oh my goodness. It's nice to dream big, but have realistic expectations or you will burn yourself out. And we don't want that. So, next thing, okay, I just wanted to share a couple of comments from my youngest alpha reader, Tate. I shouldn't say his name. My youngest alpha reader, who is 14 years old, obviously he's a he, and I just wanted to read them because they were super funny. And I considered them to be major accomplishments coming from a 14-year-old. So his comments are, I am not big on romance, but the scene was acceptable enough that I could read it without vomiting. Which is a big deal for a 14-year-old boy that is not into romance. And my book doesn't have heavy romance, and it does have a light romantic story that happens alongside with it. But I thought that one was great. And another one of his that I really like is, personally, this was my favorite chapter so far because it was a Costco sample of what Acantha's past was. I love this kid because he just knows how to come out and say things in such an understandable way. And also, I am so fascinated by this that it is scary. This chapter just got me so intent on the mystery of the three sisters' backstory. I feel as if their backstory will be about equal to Batman's. Thank you very much, Tate. I am honored to be just like Batman. Also, okay, so what today's episode is going to be about is about something called an elevator pitch. And some of you might have heard it, but in the last couple of weeks, I've been able to talk to other writers, all who are younger than me. I'm not that old. But as you share stories with other people, especially writers, they get super excited. And they're like, oh yeah, my book, and it does this, and it's amazing, and it's fantastic, and it's awesome, and here are all the details lined out for you. And to me, that's kind of like a big no-no. You don't share everything. It's like going to the movie and them giving you the trailer that shows all the best parts of the movie. And you're like, why do I need to go see this movie? I don't need to see this movie. I just saw it. And even if you did go see that movie, you're like, all I got was the crappy parts. Those are the parts that I don't want that. So when an elevator pitch is basically, you put yourself into a scenario. I'm in a writer's conference. I get into the elevator. In steps huge agent and is like, okay, so tell me what your story is about, and you have until I reach my floor. There's your 30 seconds. You need to be able to tell your story in 30 seconds. But also, let me read what I have here. Limit what you tell. You don't want to tell the entire story, and it's like, how do I describe this? One of the writers that I was talking to had a character that had supernatural powers. We'll just say this. by the time he was done telling me all of his story, I was confused. And I knew everything that this character did. And he had jumped forward and backwards into time and back out of time. And I'm like, whoa, I'm not following you anymore. Leaves a mystery for the people. So you could say my story is about this and a man who has supernatural powers. I don't need to know that he shoots lasers from his eyes or he can run as fast as the wind. Those are things that I need to discover inside your book. Leave the mystery. Also, limit the amount of words you use and choose the words carefully that you use. So like I said, it's got to be in that 30-second time period. So it's basically a synopsis of your book, but you got to have it memorized and shorten it some. Let me see if I have anything else. I think that's about it.
Why don't you give us your elevator pitch?
They had my elevator pitch on the first one, didn't they? Kind of, sort of. So a good elevator pitch for mine would be, you start out with a captain who is a dominant female position, and she is very mysterious to not only to the audience of the book, but to everyone in her life, even her own family. And she's looking for her sister who's been gone for so long, for over a year. And she needs to find her because she has family secrets that if got out could destroy their entire family and a lot of the things that they keep hidden about themselves. Along the ride, she picks up a crew member, and you get to see Acantha through this crew member's eyes. And he has become quite a thorn in her side, and she feels that there is a need for him on the ship, but she doesn't understand why. And it becomes revealed as the story progresses. And then, on top of that, it's an amazing, action-packed adventure where you get fights from, the Wraith armies, there's adventures, mythical creatures, and, you can keep going on in your description, but you have to be able to hit the key parts of your story. Obviously, I don't want to go too much more into mine because you've heard it or you were able to read it on the site. But, so, elevator pitch. When you're sharing your ideas, get it down, don't give it all, and make it short. Also, so, please subscribe to this channel. Keep continuing to watch us. That's the best way that you can support right now is by subscribing to this show, liking us on Facebook, following us along. Please share us with your friends because there might be someone out there who is a writer, like me, but they're a little unsure of their writing. They need a little help, push. That's what we're here for. So thank you once again for tuning in, and you will see us again next week.